This topic could be a quick and simple one. It could take just 30 seconds to tell you the type of rifle each Baltic nation has chosen as its standard rifle for the majority of its land forces. However, let's go a little deeper and explain when exactly the current rifles were adopted, and also broaden this video to other nations around the Baltic Sea. So if you're ready to find out who is using what when it comes to standard issue assault rifles, let's get started. Let's begin in Estonia, head south and make our way around the Baltic Sea to end at Finland. So, for the most northern Baltic nation, Estonia has chosen a rifle known as the R20. This rifle is made by American firm LMT, which stands for Lewis Machine and Tool. It's an ambidextrous weapon system which is said to have been bespoke built to meet the extreme needs of the Estonian Defence Force. It was back in December 2018 that LMT Defence announced that it had won the firearms contract for the EDF, a tender to replace weapons for Estonia's forces. According to the website WMASG, LMT's offer turned out to be the most beneficial and won against competitors such as Sig Sauer and the Polish arms factory Łucznik, offering the MSBS carbine. LMT Defence then selected Milrem LCM, an Estonian defence systems lifecycle management provider, as their local partner. The initial contracts or deliveries take place between 2019 and 2021, with the possibility of purchasing another 18,000 weapons until 2026. The R20 took over from the Israeli Galil assault rifle purchased in 1995 and 7.62mm AK-4 rifle donated by Sweden in early 2000s. We won't be getting into the technical aspects of each rifle since it would make this video far too long. We hope you're all okay with that. But moving on to Latvia, its National Armed Forces, or NAF, have used the Heckler & Koch G36 assault rifle since 2006, G36KV to be more specific. According to the website medium.com, these rifles replaced the Swedish-made AK-4. Latvia continues to use the G36 and has expanded use across its other forces. In 2018, a 7-year, $15.85 million contract was signed to provide more G36 rifles to the NAF and to the State Border Guard. Lithuania also uses the G36 and has done so since about 2007, the G36KA4, another variant of the G36. Prior to this, its land forces had been using the AK-4, just like Latvia. A snippet of news we found from the website strategypage.com states that in December 2000, Sweden had decided to donate equipment for 10 battalions of light infantry to the Baltic nations. Latvia received enough small arms and other weaponry for 4 battalions. Estonia and Lithuania received enough for 3 battalions each. The equipment included AK-4 assault rifles, but also 84mm Carl Gustaf recoilless rifles, machine guns, anti-tank weapons, anti-armor mines, and ammunition. And so, if true, we can see that Sweden was the reason that all 3 Baltic nations were using the AK-4 in the early 2000s. Now, moving down to Poland, its standard assault rifle appears to have evolved a few times, with the newest version revealed in 2024. The country has been using the MSBS Grot family of assault rifles for some time now, but the A3 revealed in June 2024 will be the newest version. As stated by TVP World, it was in the early 2000s that the Polish army began replacing Soviet-era rifles like the AKM with modern firearms, starting with the Beryl assault rifle. In 2017, Grot became the Polish army's standard service rifle. The Grot's main feature is its modularity. Apparently, if necessary, a soldier, for example, can sacrifice one standard assault rifle to quickly repair a light machine gun during a firefight. The newest variant, the A3, was said to have been developed based on lessons learned from the conflict in Ukraine. In neighboring Germany, it should be no surprise that the G36 has been widely used for quite some time now. However, in December 2022, for reasons we'll explain shortly, the German Ministry of Defense launched a program to acquire a new assault rifle for the German army to replace the G36. The new assault rifle is the HK416A8 from Heckler & Koch. There are 2 variants, the G95A1 with a 16.5-inch barrel and a carbine variant, the G95KA1 with a 14-inch barrel. The G36 assault rifle entered service with the Bundeswehr from 1997 onwards, replacing the 7.62mm G3 battle rifle as the standard service weapon. The website European Security and Defence states that in 2012 matters became complicated in Germany as there was controversy regarding G36 performance with the Bundeswehr. This centred on allegations that the G36 was unable to maintain accuracy in hot weather conditions. With a fair amount of media coverage, the G36 became a political issue, and in an effort to avoid further embarrassment, the decision was taken to open up a competition for a new rifle to replace the G36. We asked a military veteran about their opinion on the G36 controversy. He says it was nothing but a bunch of politics. He adds that only Germans had issues with the platform, but nobody else. Lithuanians, Latvians, Spaniards, and even the Portuguese used them in various hot environments like Afghanistan and Mali, and somehow only Germans had these melting issues. But perhaps it's at this point in the video that we should make clear that not all G36 rifles are created equal, as you might have guessed by the different suffixes. The German G36, the Latvian G36KV, and the Lithuanian G36KA4 are all different variants. When you look at the video footage of German troops handling them, you may see the integrated optic variant. This is fielded by the Germans only. And then the KV, KA4 and KA4M1 all feature iron sights. Fun fact, in Lithuania's case, this was one of the requirements due to the country's cold climate. That's because it was decided that troops should not rely on optics alone. And then up in Denmark, the standard rifle of the Danish Armed Forces is designated as the M10. The rifle is manufactured by Colt Canada and has the type designation C8IUR, with IUR an abbreviation for Integrated Upper Receiver. The M10 rifle was purchased as a replacement for the M95 rifle and the M96 carbine, weapons which the Danish Ministry of Defence says are still used by conscripts. And finally, we've come to Sweden and Finland, the newest members of the NATO alliance. It was in March 2023 that the Finnish and Swedish defence forces signed a framework agreement for a joint range of firearms with a company by the name of Saco. The framework agreement enables Finland and Sweden to procure new firearms in a cost-effective manner and has an initial run of 10 years, followed by 3 7-year option periods until December 2053. The new weapons to be purchased will replace the AK-4 and AK-5 assault rifles used by the Swedes and the 7.62mm RK-62s used by the Finns. The new Saco rifles have been designated AK-24 in Sweden and M23 in Finland. So, those are the standard assault rifles for the NATO militaries surrounding the Baltic Sea. Do you have a favorite rifle? Do you think any country made a particularly bad choice? Let us know your thoughts by leaving a comment.